Hey guys, Dean here from Tabs Boats, just checking out this 520 WildFisher, and I'm just going to check out the back end of this boat. The whole boat's impressive, but the back end of this boat, I've never seen anything like it. Check this out. But just explain to us what we got here, Mick, because I haven't seen some of this stuff.
That's a 360 transducer from Hummingbird.
Yep.
So what that does, that goes down a metre, allows me to shoot 360 degrees of sounding.
Yep.
More importantly for what I do, going forward, I'm not running over the fish, so it'll shoot forward.
Yep. How far forward does it shoot?
I only set a cast range, I think it goes 200 feet.
Oh, it's heaps.
Heaps, but I set it to about 30 metres.
Yeah, the old days, and the old days weren't that long ago, you used to have to put a transducer on the front of your electric motor.
Yes.
And that sort of got in the way. It was a bit of a pain in the arse when it was turning and, you know, with cables snapping and
Yep.
stuff like that. So this is pretty impressive.
And the advantage I have this, I can actually tell which way the fish is swimming off bank. So
Really?
it's 360 degrees, so I can tell whether they're swimming onto the bank or off the bank.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that is impressive. I thought it was another polling type thing, but it's not.
nah.
I'll show you through this. So what have we got on the front here? Because this is, bracketry is impressive.
This bracketry, so if we go into low bridges, there's a tilt bracket so we can tilt everything down. Not that this one's a real issue, but on the other side, that is an issue because it's higher than the outboard.
Yep. This braiding, is this standard or did you do this?
That's shielding, that's silicon copper shielding. So we'll show you under the network, the whole boat's networked like that. So
And that jacking plate, I've never seen one with 3 rams. Am I confused here or
no,
is
it's
normal?
It's 8 seconds. It's the newest heavy duty one, so it'll be 8 seconds from top to bottom. So you can take from top to bottom in 8 seconds. They tell them.
Why 3 rams? Is it? Do you know what the? Obviously, normally you'd have trim and tilt. So you have
Yep.
a tilt ram which is faster and a trim ram which is stronger. Why have they got 3 rams?
I think they've mainly got one ram there that does the main strength, and those other 2 rods are for strength.
Yep.
I don't think.
Yeah, right. Because it has got a fair lift on it, hasn't it?
Yeah,
So
yeah. So when you do hit something,
it can handle it.
you can handle it. Yeah.
Did you want to hit it at the speed this
No, you
does?
don't want to hit anything. No.
And what about the one on the other side? This is the traditional sort of pole, isn't
So
it?
that's a talon.
Yep.
And that's an anchor spike. It's a 15-footer.
Yep.
So basically, it's like the old-fashioned bottle jack that's telescopic.
Been around for a while.
Yeah, it's
And
probably,
same bracketry you've got on the other side, so it tilts the same.
I don't think talon would be too happy calling old technology, but it's like they've taken up that old design and
Yep.
and they've made it so good.
I think if something's old and it hangs around, that means it's working.
Oh,
So
it works. Yeah.
it's,
Same thing again. That's tiltable, so you can go into low bridges.
Yep.
And it'll stay on the other side. Perfect for just sneaking along a bank.
Yep.
So you can anchor, cast, lift up without making any noise, anchor again, do a drift down, and also having a spot lock on the front so you can actually cast with the wind. So
Yep.
you can position your boat, spot lock the front, and you can actually cast the bank instead of how we normally cast into the wind and have like trouble. We can actually position our boat and
However you want.
However we want.
Yeah.
So
Impressive.
fish should have no advantage for that. Hopefully.
And the engine? Because I've never seen a 175 V8.
Yeah, it's a detuned 200. It's
Yep.
175 spec. We detuned it.
It must have mind-blowing torque.
Yeah, it is mind blowing. It does nothing dangerous. The hull's so good,
Yep.
Dean, that you can drive it one hand. It's got a power steering, hydraulic power steering, and an autopilot on it, believe it or not. And its handling is very impressive. It's the best tin boat I've ever been in. Obviously, I'm an older bloke.
Yep.
I've been in a lot of bass boats, and it's by far the best tin boat.
Okay, we're on board now in Mick's boat. I'm just going to go through some of the Australian sort of features. So a lot of boats, flats boats, American boats, they have different features. So I just want to go through some of the advantages of what we do in Ellie. And one of the clear ones, because Mick's actually sitting in the front hatch. So take it away.
You can actually, if you sit and you can actually lay in it. So basically in the front of this hatch, we're going to put a board here, Dean, but that's all our networking. There's our NEMA, there's our Ethernet box, so all our sound is talking to each other. That NAC, that's our autopilot, that's a power steering pump, and we've got another pump in the back.
Don't know whether you knew it or not, but that actual shelf there's one on this side.
Yep.
And one on that side. You don't need it because you went lithium batteries, but those are massively reinforced with 80mm by 80mm box section underneath them, and they were actually designed for lead acid batteries on both sides. So
Yep.
you've actually got massive rods in there, and
Yeah.
obviously done something a little bit different, which is cool.
Yeah.
But that was actually designed to take punishment from big batteries.
Yeah.
That's what that is. But that hatch, you can lay in that.
You can lay in it. You can disappear in it. It's huge. Close the door. So there's plenty of room in here.
I wouldn't want to sleep in there, but
Nah.
that I've never seen a boat with that big a hatch in this style of vessel. So you could not complain about the amount of tackle space and tackle room and storage. That's just one hatch. I mean, this is a proper usable boat. But we'll go forward.
We've got all our tackle in here at the moment. It's all ready to fish. I normally do have a fridge in here. Like I said, this is a work in progress. Probably will end up putting gas struts on this.
Yeah, gas struts would be good.
I was leaving all this because I wasn't really sure at the start. I'm
Yeah.
still not really sure. I was just going to have a handle so I could stand between the cockpit area. Actually, we probably should start at the back, really,
Yeah, righto.
because the way we've got it built here, I can easily be biting the fish. I can either run around the side, but I find most of the time I have rods on this side,
Yep.
so I can run pretty much that without going into the cockpit.
Yep.
So it's an easy transition from front to back. I really, I still want to, even though I do a lot of freshwater fishing, still want to catch, and chase tuna. I love me tuna and kingfishing as well.
Yeah.
And I sold an offshore boat and built, spent all that plus a little bit more. Don't tell the wife.
Yeah.
So I am going to have, like a casting stand up here as well. So.
Yep.
Casting for tuna and king. So.
Because you plan on using this boat in more than fresh water, is what you're saying.
100%, yeah, it's going to be well used. So.
It's probably one of the reasons to buy this boat over some of the other boats is it's slightly more freeboard. It's only slightly more, so the windage isn't too bad on it in the freshwater stuff, but it's definitely more than capable of handling a bit of chop.
Yeah, like I'm not that fussed about going massively offshore anymore, but on a good day, I only want to fish on the good days anyway.
Yep.
And that's the sort of fishing I can quite comfortably run this out to the inner reefs easily.
Yeah, I've done a bit of offshore stuff in these myself, and I'm not saying they're the best offshore boat, but I can tell you they're the best offshore freshwater boat.
I'm trying. Obviously this is a bit of a crossover boat. It's more a barra cod boat on steroids, really. But
it's a good way to put it.
But have the capabilities on a good day still to nick out and get a good feed on the reefs and do a bit of popping and stuff. So.
Cool. Show us the rest of the hatches then on the front here, because we've got that's a massive hatch. And
that's a massive hatch. So we've got two hatches that are full of junk at the moment.
That's all right. That's what they're for.
Yep. So we've got two massive hatches. It's pretty messy in here. I've also got a 36 volt lithium battery up the front there.
Yep.
Which is fully charged at the moment on 40 volts.
Yep.
But you can turn that on and off, which I should leave it off. And that's it's a self-deploying 112 pound Minn Kota,
Very
Ultra.
impressive.
Yeah, Altera, sorry. So at the push of a button, I can be at the cockpit, I can drive it from the sounders. We've got a 15-inch on the front here. It's an inch bird on the front, hummingbird on the front, pretty dirty.
Very cool, but
we just been fishing it. I can also tilt and trim the rear motor while I'm fishing by foot.
Yep. Just do that again for me. I'm just going to show that.
So just an up and down button.
That's cool. So if you come into shallow water and that sort of stuff, you don't have to go back. You can just flick that.
Yeah, I like to leave the motor down when I'm Minn Kota and around because they track better, but I also hit a lot of things.
Yep.
So I can also just bump it up, get over something, put it back down.
And also braided lines again.
Yep.
Very impressive. Everything's done. It's really impressive. And the back hatches, you opted for your live well to be in the rear because you wanted the bigger hatch. So,
so we've got a live well here that's a little bit smelly because it's just had a fish in it the other day. It's a really good live well. We put fish in here.
Take a divider too, can't it?
Yeah, the divider is at home and I've actually just used this as a rubbish bin and storage bin, obviously, the rest of the time. So it takes a divider, so when you're fishing ABTs, you can, toe angler and angler. And I've also done these hatches that are a little bit different.
Yep.
All these ones at the back here, just to get to our rink, and the hinging of it you can actually hinge it that one that way, that one that way, and obviously you can also do this.
Oh yeah.
So just for access. So I've obviously got more batteries across the back here, all braided again.
And this under here, I'm about to show the people at home, but this actual underfloor storage, this is Mick's idea. So he's got his 2 seats in here, which
Yep.
are pretty impressive. But down under here,
So we've got storage.
show you that.
Got probably a bit of junk in here now.
All
Got
right,
poles,
look at what you can get under there.
first aid kit. I normally have those 2 big fishing boxes underneath it.
Yep.
I just want to be able to access, you know, your pliers and stuff in a bass boat. You
Yep.
sort of struggle to have somewhere to put them.
No, it's impressive.
So
I like the little Jesus bar you got on there too.
yeah, that's
Quite often
that's Red's
these two
little
aren't
panic
standard,
bar.
and they do need to be in there.
Yeah.
I quite like what you've done here. This is something I'm going to take back to our R&D because I think
And-
you've really nailed that.
Even for hopping up in and out when you're fishing, not getting any younger. You got these bars that I manufactured.
Yep.
Step halfway.
Yep.
So it's only half step, and it's effortless. So
I'll show some people. That actually, only 2 weeks ago, a guy actually fell over hitting something and he smashed his screen. And they're
Yep.
not expensive. The beauty of Australian made is we can get replacement parts easy.
yes.
And but yeah, why have to replace it? You can do something like that and
Yeah. I've
fall
fished-
on it. Doesn't matter.
I fished out of a few wild fishes, and
Yep.
first one I went in, that had, you know, people have been grabbing it, cracked it.
Yep.
So that was one of the reasons I did it. And also with the travel cover sits really good up here. Stops a lot of the rubbing.
Yep.
So these when they scuff over years, I just repowder coat them.
Yep.
Cheap, easy, quick.
Yeah, no, it's one impressive boat, mate. Cool. Okay, Mick's just brought up something that I haven't seen before, and Australian innovation as it is, we always come up with ways of doing things. So this is the standard Tabs rod locker. Everyone's got an opinion how rods should be laid out in them, so we just tend to make the box and then let everybody else determine what they want to do. But show us your pool noodles, Mick, because I haven't seen that, and that's good.
Right. High-tech innovation. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to do with the rod locker myself. So what I decided to do was just run pool noodles for the time being, and it's working quite well. So I just run a pool noodles, then I run a rods, and then I run a pool noodles, and you can just drop them in the bottom. I made them a bit longer, so you actually got to force them in there, and just stops them bouncing around. It seems to work quite good. You can go to the next level and, you know, trim out, scallop out rods if you want it to be. But because I do a fair bit of different types of fishing here. I don't run one type of rod all the time. I'll run a spin rod, I'll run a bait caster, or then I'll run a kingfish rod. So the pool noodles just allows you to be a bit universal, so you can run different size rods for different applications.
Well, we get a lot of guys that go up corrugated roads, and one of the reasons you would buy aluminium over some of the other options is because of the toughness of the product.
Yes.
You know, obviously if you're going to get stone chips all over a fiberglass boat, it doesn't look very good, where the aluminium it tends to be a bit more rougher and tougher, and you just accept a few more faults with it. And one of the advantages you've got here is the ability for your rods not to rub. Like, I've never seen that before, and I'm not sure if you invented it, but we'll call it that.
Yeah, well,
I'm impressed.
It's just something, you know, something quick and pretty easy. Like,
But it works.
it works. It's not the prettiest thing, but
I reckon you're going to see a lot of pool noodle sales in Australia after this, because that's impressive.
expensive.
Yeah, well done, mate. I like it.
No worries.